me well. Network in 6 hours for a stream. But in any case, hello everyone. Domino 767 today. Just 1 second. Yeah. Here we go. Now I'm done. I had a lot over the last reason. Only admit that's the reason why the teams are. Before we start this, I didn't think maybe. But then I remembered that there is just something that I should do about this channel, about my YouTube in general. And the first channel is now basically dead. And now we're trying to somehow put some content over here. I've been planning a lot of the stuff for this YouTube channel. A lot, I'm not gonna lie. In our plans, we had at least one. Although my channel is less than a year ago. Okay, give me a sec. I hope you can hear me well. Yeah, I hope you can hear me well. Wait. Oh, yeah, I have to turn out Bluetooth here. Yeah. Well, let me actually listen to it. Am I good? Oh, yeah, I have to turn out. Okay, yeah, I can actually hear myself very well. So, the thing that we're going to be talking about today is it is actually interesting discussion, but before we proceeded, I still have to check one more thing because that is how busy I am. Yet I still try to get out at this time every Wednesday and give you a stream. Just give me like 1 or 2 more seconds. And yeah, I think we can get started. So, topic of today's discussion. Now, before we go into that, I have to pull out some stats about this YouTube channel. We all, okay, some of you may remember how I was celebrating last week. I was saying, oh my God, so many views. Like, my channel is so growing. Our channel is growing, obviously. But what happened was, and I'll just give you a glance of it. Our last couple reactions didn't do as well. Our last couple reactions ended here on 7 views, although it was like 8 hours ago, and here 15. That is after we had. So, what did I decide to do? I've decided, you know what? If you don't like these topics, then I'm just going to bring you on the things that you like. So we're going to be watching yet another Misha Petrov video. And the thing that we're going to be talking about is white people. Now, why did I decide to pick this topic? Well, first of all, because I also ran into this video by the Bahamian guy. Oh my God. Gotta get so embarrassed if I pronounce it wrong. But in any case, this is also the video that we ran into. And I decided that in order to connect perfectly, to give a controversial topic to this channel, let us talk about the Bahamian girl. Let us talk about white people racism. And why is it important to open up this topic? Because if it exists, it should be talked about. And I'm a white person, so I can be giving my thoughts and opinions on it. And I do hope that we're going to have an interesting stream. So, do you want to begin it? I hope you want to begin it.
Send that transfer.
Okay. Okay. Wait, do I need to put myself in the corner again? I'll just keep it simple like this. Maybe then later I'm going to put it somewhere else. And yeah, I'm going with the classical intro. So, trans TikToker can't stop blaming white people. Another video by Misha Petrov. She's becoming one of the favorites of this YouTube channel now. I also enjoy her content because, as you remember, for me and also so I can understandable scene content. Well, I decided let's then pick a pick and what we talk about being who have say, you know, we're talking about black lives and black lives. Oh, oh no, the quality is poor. Yeah, the quality is super poor. I'm gonna have to redo it. I'm definitely gonna have to redo it. I need to fix my connection. I need to refix my connection now. Can I pause the stream? How do I ensure? Okay, am I good now? I can see that I'm good now. Okay, I'll probably be then redoing the intro. Let me just check how it goes if I turn on. Because I can see that the stream is going. I'm at least seeing in some sort of quality. It's better than none. Okay, the video is seen good again. So I'll be probably redoing the intro then for YouTube. So, trans TikToker can't stop blaming white people. Yet another reaction by Misha Petrov. And the reason why we're doing her reactions, well, first of all, I kind of started enjoying her content myself. Second of all, you seem to be enjoying her content because the views on my YouTube channel have been showing this. So I've decided, yeah, if I'm enjoying it, you're enjoying it. And it's a good video to practice my own public speaking, my speech. I decided why not going on with her again. And the reason why we're picking this specific video is talking about a controversial topic that I've just underlined: white people. Now, I'm a white person, so I get my say on this. And I will have to admit, there are a lot of, YouTubers, influencers that give their own opinions on this, and they claim how big of a problem that is becoming now. And I do partly agree with them. But there has been this one great quote by my professor recently that I heard from him, and it was saying, if you want to defend your opinion and you think it's right, you need to know how you're going to defend the other one. You need to be able to defend the opposite opinion. And I think it's a great quote because it summarizes that not all things are black and white, and there are certain parts where we can see racism in general, and towards black, and towards white people, and towards Asian people, and towards a lot of other skin groups. But I think that only talking about this video, I'm not going to get banned by YouTube again. Yeah, like the last time when we were streaming about body shaming. In any case, without further ado, let's start the reaction.
This person $5 so they can get themselves a treat.
And you know what that is? That's white supremacy. Hormone replacement therapy is for anybody who wants to take it. Colonization has infiltrated the vegan movement so heavily. The vegan movement.
I'm already at the beginning. But this quote that colonization has incredibly affected vegans. I mean, again, as I just said, you need to hear both sides of the story, but I deserve my own laughter. Come on, like if I think it's funny. Also, her face, it just looks super fun.
Movement is incredibly racist. I'm so tired of white cis women being more dedicated to being called a healer. We do not need more nice white women. Are you kidding me?
Hey guys, it's Misha and welcome
We need more men dressed as women. Again, we're talking about white racism here.
back to my channel. So today I want your help. I'm trying to understand what this
That's a great reaction, actually, because she wants my help. I'm here to provide it, and you're here to see it.
TikToker is saying. A lot of this person's videos are incredibly difficult to understand. A lot of virtue signaling going on, that's for sure. But white women are to blame. What's new? We're going to try and figure out what we've done this time. We're going to be looking at those videos today, but before we start, please make sure you are subscribed and have hit the notification.
Guys, subscription, notification, and a like. Yeah, but again, if you don't like the reaction, please comment below what went wrong. And yeah, now as I understood, we're actually going to be talking about not white people in general, but white women. Well, I still am kind of closer to this group of people, so maybe it's not that bad even. Maybe I can actually give a point or two.
Notification bell so you don't miss any of my videos.
Masking is not an option. The only thing that you're making optional is whether or not disabled people and immunocompromised people get to live. That is the option that you're making. And you are consistently choosing your own comfort over marginalized people's lives. And
woman, if you knew how much times do I ignore my own comfort, you would have asked, how am I still walking on this earth?
You know what that is? That's white supremacy.
That's white supremacy. Did we skip a few chapters? And what about the black people who chose not to wear a mask? Are they also white supremacists?
Because my life and my...
Okay, we're talking about people with masks. I did wear a mask, so you can't even blame me for this. Am I saying it was the right choice? I wore a mask. That's what I'm gonna say.
Communities' lives are on the line because you just don't feel like masking, and I'm over it. I had to walk into my doctor's office today, and not one person in the waiting room and on the staff was masking, except for my practitioner who always masks. my doctor's office. That's not optional for me. That is forcing me to walk into a space where I am unsafe and I'm putting my health at risk so I can go see my doctor. And if
what disease are they potentially carrying in that doctor's office? See, this is the thing. The reason why a lot of the doctors, they wear these white costumes, and why they are masked all the time when they're, for example, doing surgery, or when they're towards very old people, it's because those bacterias that are like okay for them, for example, when they spit, or I don't know, like bacteria that could just like jump from a person to another, it could be fine in an everyday environment. But specifically, I don't know, if it gets into, when a surgeon is dealing with your body, and if it gets inside your body, or if it gets on the skin of an elderly person whose immune system isn't that strong, that could bring potential risk to life. So my question to you, you look like relatively young. I wouldn't even give you 30. What kind of diseases, dead diseases, could those people who are sitting in your doctor's office bring to you that moreover would be saved by a mask? That is the question you should be asking. Not the problem with masking even is that a lot of the times you don't even ask the questions. And that's actually one of the key thoughts. I think I will maybe even redo my channel's description on it, that people act and ask. These are the two most important things in your life, and trust me, you live it disease free from that.
And if I get sick, I'm a visibly trans person. The likelihood that I will get a doctor who thinks I should be dead is actually very high, especially with where I'm at. I have had doctors comment on my post telling me that they think trans people should die. There have been people in our communities that have been
You're a popular TikToker. I have had comments. I have had hatred comments. Well, not death threats, but I had hatred comments, and I'm not even above 100 subs. I'm absolutely sure. Well, I'm actually gonna check. Your Birdie Blossom TikTok. Oh. You got 81,000 followers. 82,000.
my body.
Wait, we're gonna watch this later, but you get approximately 10,000 comments a day. 10 a day, probably, because you probably do a video every day. 10,000. One doctor commented and probably said, "I'm a doctor, I think trans people should die." And you're now globalizing it into a whole general idea that doctors wish you dead. Come on. Wait, before I continue the video, I understood that I'm not sharing it.
Laughed at by paramedics.
Okay, pause. Just because real_doctor commented, that doesn't mean that's an actual doctor. That sounds very unlikely. That an actual doctor was telling you to die. Why? What's the victim card you're gonna pull this time? You're trans? You're immunocompromised? That's what they want you to die? It just sounds...
Even if there's one doctor, you have a country with 300 million people. I don't know what percentage of it are... how many doctors are there in the United States? You know what? It's my stream. I can do whatever I want. We're gonna check. How many... Wait. Doctors in US hospitals. Number. How many doctors are there in the average? There's an average of 134 doctors per hospital. 5,600 hospitals, you do the math. One doctor said he wished you dead. Come on now.
Very unlikely.
There have been people in our communities that have been laughed at by paramedics while they bleed out in the streets because they think being trans is some funny joke, and they died. That is the reality for trans people right now.
I feel like we would have heard about that. That would have been
That was
big news that
newsflash.
trans people were bleeding out on the streets and the paramedics just laughed.
You care about trans people.
Imagine you go scrolling the BBC in the morning and you see this footage, there's someone dying, these people are dying and bleeding, saying help doctors, and the doctors just standing there like, bullies and laughing at them. Ha ha ha, trans people should die. That would have been very big news. I know I'm also making it in a very big point now. I get it. But I mean, I'm fighting her argument with my own argument. But we have 10 more minutes of this content, so.
People, if you care about disabled people, if you care about immunocompromised people, or really anybody who is marginalized because consistently they are more at risk, BIPOC people are more at risk, then you need a mask. If not, then please go wave your flag for white supremacy, because that is exactly what you're promoting.
I think I need to take notes because this is too confusing.
Stop pretending that it's anything else. I am so tired of hearing people say that they care about people and then sacrifice our lives for the sake of what? For the sake of what?
You thought you ate that?
Aurora Bird, or Birdie.
Oh, okay, that's actually who we just checked. Yeah, so it's gonna be about one TikTok. Well, yeah, the video is called Trans TikToker. What was I thinking when I was starting this reaction?
Is this a trans bird? They, them, theirs.
Sis, I want you to message the trans person in your life and ask them what is one thing that you can do to lighten their load this week.
I will be honest, there is no trans person I could message who is going to answer me this question. I guarantee you.
Whether that be grocery shopping, folding laundry, doing dishes.
I am not doing the dishes for you because you're trans. Nor should anyone be doing that. What?
Ask the trans people in your life if there's a task or something that you can offer them to help with the burden that we're carrying, because we're having to deal with all of this stuff right now. And then
what stuff? I'm gonna try, I'm gonna try to defend her argument to actually see if we can have a logical debate on here. What do dishes have to do? I do get something. I get text your trans friend or trans colleague, whoever, text a tranny, ask them if they want some help, show them some sort of kindness while they're going through this hard time. Darling, or I shouldn't be calling you that way. I can't even call you a ma'am. No, I will call you a ma'am, because screw it, you're not going to watch this video anyway. Ma'am, what hard times are you exactly going on? Can you be more specific? Maybe then I'll do something more apart from the dishes. Maybe I'll go, I don't know, buying groceries wasn't here. Buy them a chair. I don't know why they need a chair. It's bigger than doing the dishes. You get a nice new chair.
Then send that trans person $5 so they can get themselves a treat.
Because you're trans, you need everyone else to act as your servants. You need us to do your chores, wash your dishes. You're not capable of doing all that on your own.
Because we're having to deal with all of this stuff right now. Well,
I can debate if I am dealing with more stuff. I don't want to brag about myself, honestly, but I can debate. And I am not even in a very big position to debate. There are people in my country who can tell you what actually is dealing with serious stuff nowadays.
While having to deal with all of the life stuff. And the regular life stuff that we deal with is life stuff. And then there's transphobia and living as a trans person in the world. And then there's what's going on right now, which is all of that combined.
The grift in this one.
Stop telling trans people that you care about them and then literally doing nothing about your allyship.
Okay. What does what does caring about a trans person mean? I know what is caring about a mother. I know what is caring about a friend. I know what is caring about a pet. What is caring about a trans person mean? And why are you telling this sitting in a pajama? Like, I don't know. I suddenly had this image like you feel like you're a child that wants to, be comforted. Uh, I thought that you're supposed to be grown adults with your choices. Isn't that what the community pushes?
Especially if you know a trans person personally, they have spent years or whatever amount of time to educate you and to beg you to actually be there for them. And you just stand there and you watch as this stuff happens.
What's the stuff? Tell me what's the stuff. Like, at least, even if it's fake news, like, point out some articles, point out some cases of people lying on the street bleeding and doctors laughing at them because they're trans people. Like, what's the stuff? Come on, man. I'm actually trying to understand you. Be honest.
I'm surprised there's no Cash App. I mean, she has to deal with life stuff. Crazy victim mindset right here.
I just wanted to say that hormone replacement therapy is for anybody who wants to take it.
So I'm wondering what you have transitioned into, because I'm assuming that this is a biological woman who's on T, but still keeps the long hair, doesn't put in a lot of effort into presenting as a male, which if you talk to actual trans people with gender dysphoria, right, they always say, that would be very uncomfortable for them because the whole point of transitioning is to look like the opposite sex. Or just because you say you're trans, you're trans. Anyone can get
Anyone can be trans. Anyone in our days. And no matter if you need some operations, you can still call yourself trans. Sorry, musical pause.
surgery. Everyone can go on puberty blockers. This is dangerous, what you are promoting here. This is why we see so many detransitioners.
Non-binary people and binary people both can take hormone replacement therapy and be completely valid in their gender identity. And if you don't physically transition, that doesn't make your gender identity less valid. Now I'm 6 weeks back on and it feels awesome! I feel so good.
Yeah, can you tell me what you're trying to do?
My God. And I have found that I really love being on testosterone. It makes me really sad that people are really set on taking away options from people rather than giving them more
No,
choices.
I'm not even allowing this to go on my YouTube channel. I'm not allowing you to put whatever you're putting there because who knows who's gonna watch this stream. And I'm not even like giving you the chance to show it on my channel. No.
For children who aren't even transgender. Decolonize your veganism.
I keep getting told that my products are unethical because I use leather, or people messaging me asking me to use vegan leather instead. And y'all, please stop. It is not more sustainable or ethical to use plastic over indigenous processed deer hide. If you want to live a life...
Can I ask if she's a Taylor Swift fan? I'm gonna one day I'm gonna go in her comment section and ask, are you a Taylor Swift fan? You know what? We're actually gonna do this now. Live. Check it. If I can access my TikTok account. Wait, I'm actually not going to share then my then I'm gonna share this tab. And then because whoever, like, if I ever see a woman, it means like I'm asking them instantly, do you follow Taylor Swift? Okay, so I wasn't able to log into my TikTok account, which is a shame. Maybe some other time. You got lucky. You don't get to answer my question today.
Filled with environmentalism, then you need to look towards indigenous people, practices, and products. The vegan movement is so focused on the no animal rule that they're forgetting just...
1 second. Okay, let's continue.
just how racist
Wait a second, pause. That's what it's about. That's what veganism is. The no animal rule. You abstain from consuming animal products or using animals for clothing, for entertainment. So, not just one of the rules. That's like the main
goal.
reason people are vegan. But I guess that's racist?
they're forgetting just how racist they're being. And I see indigenous creators getting harassed
Why is it
all the time when they eat meat. But I have never seen any commentary from vegans about the polymer clay earrings. You know, the plastic earrings that pollute the environment.
Are the plastic earrings made out of animals? Also, you can be indigenous and embrace veganism for ethical reasons, right? The goal is to reduce harm to animals regardless of your race or ethnicity. What?
If you're vegan, that's totally fine. Go you. But please stop with the
Guys, I mean, do whatever you want with your life, but I didn't even make a comment because my brain couldn't. It was declining all the absurdity that I was listening in this YouTube video, and it was allowing my heart and my taste to appreciate this lovely piece of meat. Actually, if you're transitioning, this should be good for you. You know, you got some muscles, something like that. I'm gonna get banned again.
with that holier than thou act.
That's rich coming from you. That's wow.
Start actually learning about what is sustainable, what is ethical, and why colonization has infiltrated the vegan movement so heavily. It is well known that the vegan movement is incredibly racist. Decolonizing your veganism.
That was crazy.
My body, my choice means
Ooh, my favorite topic. Okay, I'm gonna have to put my meat back. Also got myself a chocolate while I was there. If you're still watching to this moment on YouTube, I really love you guys. Like genuinely, I love you because it means a lot that you are willing to listen to my thoughts.
personal choices. When you choose to go out in public and go indoors without a KN95 or an N95 mask, you are making the choice for other people's bodies. As an immunocompromised person with asthma who's disabled and trans, I not only am a more high risk to get sick, but then when I do get sick, I have less of a chance of even getting treated. And that was shown today. I went to a new doctor's office to try to be established as a patient. They said that maybe if I want my doctor to wear a mask around me, then maybe I shouldn't actually be a patient with them. There was an immunocompromised person who was put on.
If this is a private clinic, I mean, it's their choice because that's why they're private. If it's a public clinic, then I think there are some rules they should comply, but I'm not sure exactly how it works in the States. Now, talking back about my body, my choice. Yeah, again, weren't you the one who was forcing people to wear masks?
On a psych hold in the emergency room and refused pain meds for a migraine because they were asking their doctors and the nurse practitioners to wear masks in their room because they're immunocompromised. They were told that they were being hysterical and overdramatic. We have people who are high risk who have an ice.
And you have doctors. And you're not asking some random dude from the street. You're literally asking the guy who is telling you what you have. Imagine going to a, let me think, a scientist. Imagine going to a mathematician. No, actually, imagine going to Pythagoras and showing him that, yeah, well, you should do your theory the other way because I am doing it this way and I cannot fix the problem. So please, we should do it the other way. That is my theory. If it's like, if I tell how to use it, okay, that was a very bad example. Forget about it. I can't come up with an example. The point is, the reason why you're saying that you're in risk is because a doctor told you that. So if a doctor tells you that you're not in risk, then probably he knows better.
Isolated for years because people just want to get back to normal.
It's 2024. CDC guidelines are not based on science, y'all. It's literally based on economy and the public's misinformed individualistic opinion. That's a very different tune than what we were hearing when masks were mandated. Hashtag disabled life, hashtag disabled, hashtag disability awareness, hashtag LGBT.
How does this person get the 81,000 subscribers on TikTok? Is this like the whole psychopath clinic that decided to get access to their doctor's phones and then signed it on? And then when the doctor found out, he actually threatened this girl. Makes sense. At least there's more logic in this than veganism being racist.
LGBTQ, hashtag trans, hashtag queer, hashtag non-binary, hashtag autistic, hashtag ADHD. I am so sorry. Nice white women are just abusers. Are those Doritos?
I'm so tired of white cis
Doritos.
women being more dedicated to being called a healer than actually doing the work to be a healer.
Who can translate this for me?
The only thing that you're worried about healing is your
I'm gonna try to translate. She is very confused that women, normal women, are saying that there should be the healing side, the comforting side of the genders group, but in reality they are not. And I can't find logic in this as well, but you asked for translation. You asked for translation, Misha. Well, there it is.
bruised ego and being confronted with your complacency in genocide and your obsession with upholding privilege.
If this is a queer for Palestine, that makes a lot more sense.
You do not need more nice white women. Are you kidding me? And stop asking marginalized people to do the work for you because you don't feel comfortable with it. I am so tired of having conversations with white cis women where they're more upset about the fact that they're being called in or called out than the fact that they're harming marginalized people.
What does
Can I ask, why are you only offended by everything and you can't stand and you're tired? What have you done except for posting the TikToks? I mean, I know that I'm watching Misha's stream. Okay, I'll give you a chance. I'm gonna go on Instagram. Wait, what's your nickname again? Because I'm not supposed to remember this crap. Birdie Blossom. So her name is Birdie Blossom. TikTok. You didn't even look that bad. Why did you decide to go through all this crap? Okay, birdieblossom.com. Is an artwork and herbal business nestled in the blue. You can find dedication, care, vulnerability, intentions. These things are essential to. I can't. Oh no. No images of trans people, please. Okay. $44? Oh, pink triangle earrings, the Doritos for $33. This shish was sold out. Okay, limited edition. Okay, so you're kind of producing art. You're an artist. Yeah. Well, I'm not sure how much you actually help. I would, because all that I see now is complaining. And okay, protect trans kids. Stop, decolonize, canceled, Oh no, not even talking what I saw. I I want to watch her video reading the Quran. No, no, I genuinely don't. Zeno 77 as prophet kissing in a tree. What? I don't know who you are, but shout out to this guy who went on the stream and dropped a comment. You know, I don't know what you're trying to say, but yeah. In any case, let's finish the video because the stream has been going for longer as usually expected. Okay, I can already conclude this reaction. There's like 2 more minutes of it that we're gonna watch, but the general result of it is that if I really want to understand this woman's opinions and thoughts and what they're actually against, I'm gonna have to like sit down and have a whole conversation because like these videos they make no sense and they're like her most trending videos. Okay, she has like okay, she has one where she was like reading the Quran. Oh wait, I didn't change the window. Well, in any case, you can see them all here. So she has like love is of her. Like I mean, she has like this video got millions and disabled lives matter. So like it does I can't just connect the dots. So I'm gonna need a brief conversation with you to actually try it and find the common sense. But as it stands now, you're full of shit. Oh my god.
You because you don't
Sorry, I've been watching the clips and it kind of jumped.
feel comfortable with it. I am so tired of having conversations with white cis women where
Wait, this is worse than I thought. One second. One second. Okay, maybe this will help.
No.
Okay, let's try this again.
same women that are the first to minimize the impact of social media and also the first to use social media as their business opportunity, to use their voice to create their community. So why is it that when in your mode of healing and community and business, why the is liberation not being centered?
I'm not watching this. I'm sorry. Misha, I mean, okay, I'll give you a fair shot.
Literally, those grifters, the Black Lives Matter, you need to cash at me, my $1,000 course on how not to be racist, but in trans form, or whatever he, she, it is talking about here. What does this person want from me exactly as an evil white woman who can't be nice because that's racist? I'm supporting
Nothing, and I'm not watching the last 30 seconds, Misha. I mean, there's literally nothing to watch additional, and your content is as good as always. You find me these people who I can react to with you as well. I mean, the only reason I am ending this reaction now is because there's really nothing to say about it. It's completely bullshit, unconnected what she's trying to say, and I genuinely am trying to understand what this woman is pushing, but I can't. I can't because it's too much crap. We need to like sit and have a normal conversation. So guys, conclusion of this video. It will be a weird for a stream called Why Discrimination is Real. but the conclusion will be, if you're starting an influencer's TikTok account, at least make sure you clearly explain what you're talking about, or don't try to don't try to act like one. Just say that you're saying this because you just want to say it, and you're just doing it for fun, for whatever reason you have. I don't know. Like I have a reason why I'm doing these streams. I'm watching YouTube, kind of practicing to talk, and also sometimes getting feedback from other people. And I hope I will get feedback from this reaction as well. Comment everything below what you think, but I don't really know if there's anything to say here additionally. In general, this was Zeno77. We're going to yet another reaction about white discrimination. So if you're going to be watching this on YouTube, you will not want to miss it in a couple days. But for now, I thank you for watching it, and I will see you then. Woo! Okay, that was a nice reaction. Interesting one. Now the another crazy part, because I don't have that much time today. I might actually need to go for an all-nighter today. Wait, give me a sec. Did I rename it? Discrimination. Yep. Okay. So guys, you ready? Am I ready? Yeah, I'm ready. Reacting to nasty anti-white TikToks. It's a video by this Bahamian gal, I think, something like this. I don't want to offend like anything. I'm really seeing you for the first time, checking out your content for the first time. There are a couple reasons why we're doing this today. First of all, the topic. If you saw the stream, you kind of know. If you saw the previous reaction, you kind of know what we're talking about. We're talking about people criticizing white people. Now, the last one didn't go as well as I thought because I couldn't get what the critic wanted. So today we're going to be checking some other racist. Now it's, oh no, it's actually not actually racist. It's nasty anti-white TikToks. And we're going to be checking by a YouTuber who I never watched before, and I clicked on the title, and I also checked that, 67,000 subscribers with 350,000 views means that this video is kind of hyped up and you need to watch it. So that sold it to me. So without further ado, I think we should be jumping in to this discussion.
White people smell like dogs.
Mookie, go get that red bag with that peroxide in it. Oh, Lord, Jesus, I got it. I can't do it.
White people's food is bland. White people have flat butts. White people can't dance. All white people are racist. White people let their kids do whatever the hell they want to do. White people should be exterminated. White people should...
Do I have any rights? Where are my rights? I'm gonna actually note down. I'm gonna call this reaction "Where are my rights?" Where are my rights? I've only 26 seconds into the video and I can't do anything.
People should be exterminated. Who put that on the list? White people don't know how to make potato salad. Pretty nasty stuff. And the crazy part is, some of you are laughing at this, some of you agree with this, and some of you think it's perfectly fine to say all of this. But let's just imagine for a second. Let's just imagine that a white person took to social media and said these very same things about black people. Black people smell like dogs. Black people's food is a recipe for diabetes and hypertension. Wait, that one might be true. Black people's butts are too big. black people don't take care of
Just
their
true.
kids. All black people should be exterminated. The minute you hear that, you hear this.
It's the caucasity for me. Yeah, I just merged two words, Caucasian and audacity, caucasity.
Honestly, I don't know why people are surprised. This is typical white people being typical white people, going off on their racist rants against black people, especially indigenous black people.
They can continue crying their mayonnaise-filled tears because we don't care.
Or you hear this. Black people are racist. Okay, let me see how many woke phrases I can include in my response to that. Okay, so when you think about the systemic oppression that black people have faced, and I'm not even talking about the hundreds of years of slavery that we have been forced to deal with, but I'm talking about the systemic oppression that black people, yep, you get all that. So today we're going to be taking a look at a few TikToks because isn't that where we go to hear racist sounding off? I don't know. I've been seeing
Obviously, because no one is gonna tell you that to the face. No one's gonna tell me. In fact, I would argue that there's gonna be a living soul that's gonna come to me and tell all the same stuff they're willing to tell me, the hatred stuff on the internet. And I'm gonna see if they're gonna be willing to come in and tell me that face to face. And not only because they're like afraid, first of all, because they might get afraid, obviously, but second of all, because they will think, what do I really want to say this? Is this actually what I think? And the answer might surprise some of you, but a lot of the people don't in reality think so. And that is why I'm always careful with my words, because I'm like, all that you see now coming out of my mouth, it's approximately everything I would be willing to tell to another person. That's why I'm always trying to find a way. Okay, let's talk about this. Let's maybe keep the discussion. Explain me your point. Something around this. I can't just like go full on blasting someone who I don't know. And that's why, for example, I cannot understand how people could just go out there on TikTok and say, "Oh, racist, racist, sexists, and and transphobes." Those are like the three biggest categories that there are on current social media.
seeing this trend of a lot of black content creators, and it's been happening for a while now, but especially now, it just seems like these people are emboldened, going on social media platforms and saying the most disgusting, vile, racist things about white people and seeing absolutely nothing wrong with making these statements. So we're going to get into those TikToks. By the way, this video is sponsored by Ground News. We'll talk a little bit more about them. Thank you so much. Reaction. So this next video, it starts off with this black guy making a racist remark. To me, it is very racist. And this is a white young man who is defending him. So let's take a listen.
Okay.
Wie hält HelloFresh die Zutaten kalt und frisch? Die Zutaten machen zwischen dem Lieferanten und meiner Küche nur...
What them crackers doing outside? What them people doing?
I absolutely hate when we do this. First of all, destroying is from Florida, and that's one of their biggest slang words that they use for police and white people. And then all the comments and the captions talking about, well, if it was the other way around, it would be bad. Obviously, the N-word has more of a negative connotation than cracker. I can let fly however I want to. Cracker this, cracker, like, who cares? If you get offended as a white person because somebody called you a cracker, you're soft. Let's stop trying to be oppressed.
Let's stop trying to be oppressed. So let's just...
But, like, again, the thing that I said on the previous stream, if you think that your point is actually right, you have to know how to defend the opposite one. Should we tell this to the people who, so to say, don't allow us to use the N-word? I mean, some people think that, yeah, we should allow it to everyone because this is exactly what this guy just said. But, you know, the thing that it's one thing when those people say it, but it's completely different when you actually go out there in the streets and use it.
Just stop right here and say this. Let me say this. The word cracker would not be associated with a Hispanic person or a black person or a Middle Eastern person or an Asian person. It is a racial slur. It is a slur that is used towards white people exclusively, or as he says, police officers, but white police officers, because nobody's calling a black police officer cracker, okay? And to say to someone to just get over it, or you're being soft or so weak, or you're trying to be oppressed, I don't know how one is trying to be oppressed because they don't want to be called a racist slur. And I've seen this thing happen on social media, particularly on TikTok, where you have a lot of white content creators or people who are white just weighing in on conversations, and they're so quick to just be like, oh, just shut up, it's not the same thing. I don't think it should be that. You know, there's a way to be an ally and still defend your race. There's a way to be an ally and still call out like foolishness. And it's
super funny when different races defend each other. I enjoy it. That actually makes me have some faith in humanity, even if I don't support their idea. Even if I don't.
Speak truth. And to just kind of dismiss someone's concerns and say, oh, you're just trying to be a victim. Stop trying to be a victim. Don't agree with it. Because I don't want to be called a cracker. If I'm white, I don't want to be called a cracker. So I don't agree with this young man at all. I think, you know, there's a way to have a conversation, and it certainly ain't this way, because this was just incredibly dismissive. It was like, shut up. What are you complaining about? It's not the same thing. Yes, cracker and the N-word are not the same thing, but they're both bad words. So it's a spectrum.
So you decide either you allowed to use both or you forbid both.
I just find that we're just getting increasingly rude and dismissive of people's, the way they want to be identified. You know, we live in an age, in a society where people say respect people's identity and respect how they want to be referred to, how they want to be called. And you're bigoted if you...
But not towards white people. Especially men. Especially heterosexual.
Call them something else. But the minute somebody, a white person, says, I don't want to be called cracker, I think that is incredibly racist and dismissive and hurtful. You just say, get over it. You know. Let's go to another video. This video right here. This girl looks to be biracial. She looks to me to be biracial. I remember seeing this a while back, and I just remember just rolling my eyes.
Like mixed race?
Like constantly, because she just irritated the crap out of me. So this guy, I guess he's a content creator. He stops, and this seems to be like in the UK. He stops this girl who looks very much so biracial, and asks, you know, basically, can you be racist to white people? Which it's such a basic question, because I mean, obviously, yes, you can, but just listen to her response. Her educated response. Let's go.
Can you be racist to white people?
No.
Why not?
Listen, educate yourself on racism. You cannot be racist to white people.
But how? Why?
If you look it up, you'll understand. Cracker.
That's racist?
No, it's not racist. There's a difference.
If it was the other way around, then I'm racist.
Yes, because who was enslaved?
Why are we throwing it back that far?
Who was enslaved?
Who enslaved those slaves? I mean, you can talk about Britain, you can talk about Spain, but you, educated woman, should know from history that, especially if you take a lot of the colonies inside Africa, they were enslaving their own people. And I'm not trying to be like racist here, because it was literally in Africa. Maybe somewhere in America, but I'm not sure about that. But definitely I know that it was in Africa. And that is a historical fact. Black people were enslaving black people. And that's the same thing that afterwards white people were doing. And I mean, if you want to talk about white enslavement existed as well, if you learned history, I mean, you're in Britain, so you probably know European history. Yeah, Eastern Europe, the Creepox, who were they? They were basically white slaves. But, you know, they will never look at the two sides. That's why they can't call themselves educated.
Have you ever thought, like, maybe racism isn't real? The higher powers are just controlling and doing that so we fight amongst each other?
Be for real.
I'm being for real. I don't believe in it. Like, why can't we all just be friends?
Cracker.
Now, let me say...
Now imagine if he called her the N-word in response. Not only that, like, the point is that it's a white man interviewing a black woman. So he's like in double danger. If he does one step wrong, yeah, it's over for him.
Say a few things. I totally disagreed with him towards the end. I don't know what he was talking about. He just kind of went off went left with that last statement about the powers that be just doing this so we can all just kind of fight amongst each other. No, racism absolutely exists. Now, this seems very heavily edited, so I'm going to be careful here because I'm trying to figure out if she is calling him cracker or she was saying cracker in response to something else and they edited it to make it seem like she said it. I don't know because the edits kind of threw me off. But the fact that she feels...
Let's rewatch it, in fact, via her.
Trolling and doing that so we fight amongst each other.
Be for real.
I'm being for real. I don't believe in it. Like, why can't we all just be friends?
Cracker.
Yeah, they added it. Check my investigations. Check my investigations. Look how her hands are positioned. So they're positioned in this way, like, like I'm positioned. I don't know how you call this, but something like around this. And now look at the next image. Wait. Look how her hands are positioned here. I think. Well, I'm gonna actually check it from my side camera. Yeah, I think they edited it. I'm not sure. Because the microphone, although who knows? Although you know what? Who knows? Now that I'm like comparing to my iPad screen. Oh God. Yeah, that requires that. I think I will probably need the original video split in half to do it. I'm not in the mood for it right now, so I'm not gonna be doing this, unfortunately. But yeah, this is an interesting. That's actually an interesting thing, Gail. I think I called your name right, because yeah, I mean, some people wouldn't even think to check if it's edited or not. Good point for you.
Fight amongst each other. No, racism absolutely exists. Now, this seems very heavily edited, so I'm edited it to make it seem like this is just mind-blowing to me because, and she says, she references slavery, and I've gotten into this with people before, and we've been in having conversations in the comment section. But white people were enslaved as well. The Slavs. Where do you think the word slave originates from? Okay, you have had white slaves throughout history, so I don't know what she's talking about. And you can absolutely be racist.
W. I'm subscribing to your channel just for that comment. Just for the fact that you probably living in America, I assume. Again, only assumption. But for that one comment, it's a subscription.
Just towards white people. I don't understand why people think that that's not a thing. If she did, in fact, call him cracker, just disgusting. Because had he said, okay, N-word, the social justice warriors online would have been destroying this man, doxing this man. So yeah, this girl she just seemed very ignorant and entitled and just incredibly rude. I want to go to this next video. This one right here. This was just like mind-blowing to me because this man is calling for the extermination of white people. He's black with dreadlocks. Is a black man saying, exterminate white people. But I just want you to hear what he has to say because this is very reminiscent of Mein Führer. It reminds me very much of Hitler. Just take a listen to this garbage.
And the one idea is how we are going to exterminate white people, because that, in my estimation, is the only conclusion I have come to. We have to exterminate white people off of the face of the planet to solve this problem. Now, I don't care whether you clap or not, but I'm saying to you that we need to solve this problem because they are going to kill us. And I will leave on that. So we have to just set up our own system and stop playing and get very serious.
I don't know if this man has.
Where's he doing this? See Spain. I mean, to be fair, I was stressed, and then I thought, there's so many freaks out on the streets and insane people who say different kind of shit every day. Why am I so affected by some random dude on TikTok? Maybe he's not a random dude. I don't know. That's why I wanted to check. But I mean, maybe Gail will explain.
Has a mental defect. I don't even know how they.
Okay, the program challenges facing African from Hurricane Katrina. Okay, activists from US. Who gave him the platform again? Yeah, okay, in any case, I mean, yeah. Let's just hope it doesn't go that far. Let's just hope he doesn't have supporters. I mean, it's 2005. It's been 19 years, so probably we would have heard of him if it actually went further.
The FBI and CIA and whatnot weren't like at his doorstep or keeping an eye on him. Because when you're saying things like exterminate white people, can you imagine if a white person had said that? Can you imagine if a white person had said we need to exterminate? I mean, and they have said that, right? But I'm talking about today. If they got on a platform, and this says that this was on C-SPAN, that we need to exterminate black people or exterminate Muslims or exterminate Jewish people. Or come on. I think he would have gotten a visit on his doorstep by somebody in authority.
Somebody, definitely.
And the idiots, and I'm going to say idiots because, and I usually try to just keep it civil and say, silly people. No, the idiots who were clapping in the audience. And he said, I don't care if you clap for me or not. I'm glad some people didn't clap for him. But the idiots who decided that, oh, that was a brilliant point. Let me clap for the extermination of white people. It's just mind blowing. I saw this video and I thought it was a joke at first. Like I literally just was like, okay, let me wait for the punchline here. Like I thought he was going to say, that is the dumb thinking that people have or something. And he just went on and on. I don't care if you clap for me or not, but this is basically what we need to do to stop them from killing us. No, I don't think the extermination, the wiping out of an entire race of people is the solution. This man is an idiot, and the people who clapped for him were idiots, absolute idiots. And he's an author, just vile. There are people who support these messages, but they don't consider that to be racist or dangerous. One of the things I often read in my comment section is that they love the fact that I'm fair and I'm balanced. And if I'm being honest, that's probably the greatest compliment that anyone can give me. And I try very hard to be fair because not only is it the right thing to do, but I think that you deserve that. But even when I'm doing research for my videos, I find it very difficult sometimes to find objective and balanced coverage. Luckily for me, I have Ground News. It's an average lunch city of God not promise you. Now, let's get back to the video. I want to play this next video, but I want to prepare you all for this next one. Because this was a black man went on a complete racist tirade in a New York City subway station. Isn't that where it always goes down? But this one felt very menacing. Usually, someone who has mental issues just does and says some things that might make you laugh on the back end, but there was nothing laughable about this. It was very frightening to see this white family sitting there minding their business and their child is sitting in the middle. And this man is just going off in the most belligerent and ballistic way. He went completely ballistic. And I don't even know what the end result was of this, but I'm just so glad that it doesn't seem like he attacked them physically, but I want you to just hear what he has to say. And I'm going to have to censor a lot of this because he just was cussing up a storm. But just keep in mind that there's a young child present sitting here. So just be prepared for that because it's going to be real nasty.
Take them back to Europe with y'all. Yeah, me too. They Caribbean, African citizens. Wait. That's gorilla looking. Shut up, your ugly body. Nasty ass, mutating, permutating, corrugating, mediolating, skin tint. Shut up, your body don't even last long enough. I'm gonna look younger than him by the time he's my age. I don't care about them ugly ass kids in your race. Shut up. Plastic ass body. Little debilitated, innervated, emasculated people, incapacitated, indisposed, emaciating, attenuating, tenuous body. I don't care about you. Shut up, you white monkey. You a dog in this country. You're a dog. You're nothing over here. You are a dog. Shut up. I'm Black American. I'm over you.
Now, I'm not a psychiatrist, psychologist, none of that. So I don't know if this man has some sort of mental defect.
Yeah, this looks kind of wrong.
He seems so.
Wrong.
Or he could very well be quite sane and just be very angry because I don't know if you heard he was just lashing out at gay people, Caribbean people, African people. I guess he hates everyone who's not Black American. I couldn't imagine like the sheer terror I would feel sitting on that subway train and hearing him go off and say these very vile things and just getting so close to these people as well. This goes beyond just racism. This was like just a verbal beatdown, a verbal assault. And
he wasn't even like in an argument. He was just like standing there and just giving it all on them. So no, this is too weird.
This was just really sad to watch as well. And here's why, beyond the fact that I was so disturbed by this video, I was even more disturbed that there were people, again, and this is, I always gauge in the comments section. There are people who were like, this is so sad. I feel sorry for the families, for that family, and that poor little kid had to be subjected to that. There were those comments, but there were also people who were like, well, they got what they deserve. That's what white people deserve. This is how they treat black people. I wish we would just stop.
Sorry, I had to like clean my ears.
Ascribing isolated incidents to a whole race of people. Isn't that what we as black people hate? Don't we hate when white people have an encounter with a black person and then they say that's all black people? We don't know this family. We don't know them at all, right? And the fact that people could see a moment like this where an innocent child is there and people are just sitting there, and I don't even know that they said anything to precipitate this man going off. He just seemed like he just was on a rant. But there are people in the comments section that were just co-signing this man, the black guy that is. And it just kind of, and I hate to keep saying it makes me sick, or, it irritates me, but it really does make me sick that people think like that there are people in the world who think that that's just so appropriate and it's okay. Just not much to say about this video, except it's very disturbing. And obviously he has some deep-rooted issues about anyone who is white, not black American.
Yeah.
Just based on his little rant. But again, he may have mental issues. Who knows? But that was just a disgusting display. It really was. Let me just jump to the next video. I'm not going to set it up. It's very short. So let me just jump to the next video.
Black people can't be racist. Yeah, they certainly can be. Unfortunately, I definitely grew up.
Baby, I'm gonna have to stop you right there. I love you, but black people cannot be racist. We can only be extremely prejudiced.
It is the year of our Lord 2022, and there's still people who say dumb stuff like this. I'm convinced anyone who says this, or you can't be racist to white people, have no understanding of that term.
Yeah.
You can't be racist.
It's like misogyny, like transphobia, like sexism. You need to know what you're actually talking about in order to label someone that way. Because those who actually know what that is will just look at you like a fool.
You can only be prejudiced. Let me go get my dictionary. Hold on 1 second. Hold on 1 second. Definition of racist. Characterized by or showing prejudice, discrimination, or antagonism against a person or people on the basis of their membership in a particular racial or ethnic group. Now, let me add on the rest. Typically, one that is a minority or marginalized. Typically. I give you that point. Typically. But that doesn't mean exclusively. Okay? That does not mean exclusively. Typically, this is where it happens. Doesn't mean exclusively. Usually. Baby! I am over these people. Anyway, folks, that brings me to the end of...
I like that she used my method. Go read the dictionary. Guys, point of the video. Point of the video, because there's always a point of the video. And mine is going to be very simple now. Mine is going to be very simple now. So, thanks for the reaction. Thanks for those who watched the reaction. And what I will say, when you are making a speech or when you're talking to someone, use the words that you actually know what they mean. And believe me, you're going to be unstoppable. Guys, this was Zeno77 reacting to white discrimination today. I hope that you had some interesting thoughts with me as well. If you did, please drop them below. If you didn't, drop that in the comments as well. If you like this video, you know what to do. If you dislike this video, you also know what to do. And I don't need to remind you again that those who dislike the video also need to tell why. Those who liked are not really supposed to, but typically I would prefer that they actually do it. Guys, thank you again for watching this. Definitely expect more reactions soon, because really this is the only YouTube content that I'm able to provide you right now, unfortunately. But it's better than nothing, so I hope that at least I can satisfy you with this. So thank you for watching again. Subscribe, and we'll see you in the next video. Ciao!